Atonement for Me, Episode 67, Agoraphobia. Hey Magical Misfits, it's Caden Ivy and welcome back to Atonement for Me. I always tell people that I am a hermit and that I don't like peopling, which is absolutely true, and it has been true for the majority of my life. I am a homebody. I've always been more of a homebody. I don't really like going out into big crowds of people. I have my moments. I have definitely had more extroverted periods of time in my life. However, there definitely have been points of time in my life where I have suffered agoraphobia. Some of them have been due to medications that I have been on when we were trying to figure out medication and dosage. A couple of years ago, I got really bad agoraphobia with the particular medication that they had prescribed me at the time. And kind of coming back from that, I realized just how much of my agoraphobia has been linked to PTSD and anxiety. Having started to suffer PTSD episodes or panic attacks in my later 20s and starting to go into my 30s, big crowds really affected me. Loud noises, certain smells can be completely overwhelming for me. And at a point where your senses are already heightened and then your senses are further heightened, it can be very scary. It is a complete overwhelm. It's a complete envelopment in kind of anxiety where things seem imminently dangerous, but you don't necessarily have a root cause. You're just in such a state of hyper-awareness. It is physically and mentally uncomfortable. And it is exhausting to be in that hyper-arousal state for any particular duration of time. But it also, your whole body like clenches up. Like I get shaky. I clench inwards. Literally everything that I have is just constricted. And it can come and go without warning. And I find that especially grocery stores can be particularly triggering because you have literally sights and sounds and smells and color. Everything is in that little area, and it can be very, very overwhelming, especially if I happen to be overtired or I am anxious or I'm rushing. All of those things kind of feed into each other. And then you get the part of me that doesn't like going out because since the start of the pandemic, it's more of a trauma issue for me because of the rise in anti-Asian sentiments and vocalization of people. I am scared to go out normally, and then when you are reinforced with continual episodes of being called racial slurs or being told to go back to your country or just being verbally abused for continuing out on your daily business, it is even more challenging and it is even more exhausting. And I'm really grateful that I have a partner who doesn't mind going out and doing a lot of the outdoor running around errands, because particularly within the past year, I would say there was more times than not that I would come home from running normal errands just crying because of things that people had said to me. And when you add all of those things up, it's 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 easy for me just to say, "Oh, I'm a hermit. I don't like people. I don't like going out," without saying, I suffer from complex PTSD, general anxiety, chronic depression. I get flashbacks sometimes. I get easily overwhelmed, and then I get verbally abused in the streets. It's not as easy to kind of explain away. And I guess that's just the tea.